Hey everybody, BeyondDrewTV here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new series, new game, new everything for the channel. We have City Skylines 2. Finally jumping into the mix here a few weeks after release. Very excited to start a new project in this game. For those of you who are new to the channel, I have had a few, maybe one City Skylines 1 series on the channel. Didn't get very far in it. I enjoyed the heck out of City Skylines 1, but some of the tools and everything were a little bit cumbersome to me, so I never got as far as I wanted to in the original game. However, this new game has a lot of improvements to it, especially in the road tools and prop placements and just a whole bunch of other things. They took a lot of the great things from the first game and went ahead and improved them a lot. Very excited to jump into a new project here. So yeah, as you read on the title of the project here, we are going to go ahead and make a United States Midwestern county. So not just a town, not just a village, not just a city. We're going to make an entire county. So this idea originally, I don't know if it's originally, but I know I saw this idea from City Planner Plays, another amazing content creator for City Skylines. That they, in their original City Skylines 1 game, they made an entire county that comprised of like a big main city and then a few feeder little towns and villages kind of surrounding the area. And now that we have, double or triple the room for building in City Skylines 2, I thought, heck, you know what, that's a great idea. I really loved watching their series on that. So let's go ahead and do our own. So this is going to be Rockridge County, and again, we're going to be setting this in the Midwest United States. Going to go ahead and have that Midwest kind of vibe to it. I am from the Midwest, about an hour and a half outside of Chicago, in another big metropolitan area called Rockford. So yeah, very, very familiar with the Midwest and kind of that whole vibe there. So, but as you can see, I've gone ahead and done a little bit of work before recording this episode. This is probably, I don't know, a week or two of after work, just hanging out, having some fun. But yeah, this is our first little town that we have here that I went ahead and built. This is going to be called Harvard. This is based off of an actual town in Illinois, so if you would like to, you can look it up on Google Maps. It's not a one-by-one recreation of the town, but I'm a delivery driver, so I get to visit a lot of these really cool small towns all the time, so I'm very familiar with them. And I thought, hey, you know what? Harvard, I know, is just about that perfect size, about 3,000 or so people in this town. So, you know, it's not tiny, it's not ginormously big, obviously, but it's right in a good middle spot to kind of give our region, our county, a little bit of a start. So yeah, here is the general layout. We were starting near the downtown area. I really like how the downtown started out. Definitely got that Midwest vibe despite the lack of buildings that we have. For those of you wondering, we are using a lot of the mixed use, this new zoning type that we have, using this North American mixed housing to get this cool brick kind of downtown vibe there. Really, really like how that turned out. This is a lot of deleting buildings as well. I don't know if you all do that or not, but I find myself going in, especially with the industry. We do have a little bit of mixed industry within the downtown as well, but I find myself deleting buildings until I kind of get the one that I'm set on, especially with the industry. Like I was saying, you get a lot of these smokestacks, and while that might look good for certain areas of town, near my downtown, I didn't want a lot of smokestacks, so doing a lot of deleting and waiting for new buildings to kind of pop up there as well. So yeah, again, really like how the downtown area turned out. Also, shout out to the dev tools. If you're not using the dev tools or the prop tools, went ahead and did a lot of surface painting. As you can see near our railroad track, our downtown rail station here, we did a lot of surface painting with the sand tool and the concrete tool. If you don't know about the dev tools and how to get to the surface painting and everything, I will do my darndest to remember to link Biffa Plays video. They did an amazing job highlighting how to get into the dev tools on Steam. I do know there's a way to do it for Microsoft Game Pass as well. I'm not sure if they covered it there, but yeah, it's great to go ahead and go in here and just add in these little bit more concrete and asphalt surfaces, sand surfaces, just to kind of add in, fill in these gaps, right? So that's, I really like filling in all those gaps. So again, kind of just circling around our general layout. This is our main town here. Got a few schools, got our high school out there as well, running off a water tower at the moment. A few too many elementary schools, but the game was requesting that we have more elementary schools to cover our education services. So we have, let's see, 1, 2, and I think there's a third elementary school out that way. So that is one too many elementary schools than I would prefer for this town. But heck, what are you going to do? You got to play the game a little bit sometimes in the middle of your recreation, right? So again, that's the bulk of the downtown area. A lot of grids, a lot of, main big interstate kind of off-roads coming in. You have your main interstate, obviously, but you have a lot of these off-roads that are like alternate interstate highways. So this is one of the main ones that runs right through the downtown area here. You have another one going out towards our farmland. That's going to be another alternate interstate coming right through the middle of the town. And yeah, these will eventually lead to our big city and our other small towns and everything like that. So let's go ahead and move west a little bit as we're facing this way. We have a nice little, I love how this little bridge turned out there. I geek over like little small things. So if you're new to the channel, I might geek over something that you're just like, yeah, it's a bridge. But I'm like, yeah, it's a bridge. I just love to see the interconnectivity, the kinetic energy of, you have cars passing over, the train and everything. I'm a big aesthetics kind of guy here as I'm building, so that is my main thing and everything. So as we go over to the west side of town, really like how it kind of looks more sparse, more broken up. I want to try and keep this vibe as we kind of go with these smaller cities, smaller towns, kind of breaking up where it looks like, obviously this was all not master plan, but kind of planned together, kind of built all together for the downtown midtown area. But as you kind of move west, you can see that this isn't this is maybe the newer areas of town where they're not expanding as one, but just kind of as like maybe you had a developer out this way build a nice little suburban patch of residentials butting up right against the farmland, or you have another little makeshift, not downtown, but another little commercial area, little industry areas, just kind of popping in and out really kind of randomly, not much hearsay to it and everything. So but yeah, then also put in the, not sure what this is called, it's the switch on building. Really like how this looked, and with Harvard and a lot of these other small towns, they'll usually have like a big main industry that kind of keeps the town employed, kind of employs like half the town or something like that. In my own personal town, Rockford, we just had, unfortunately, a Chrysler plant that had been in town for over 30 years, shut down, and big, economic turmoil for a lot of people, unfortunately. So a lot of these towns, they kind of rely on these giant distribution centers or giant industries to kind of fuel the economy of the town, or at least most of it and everything. So I kind of wanted to portray that here as well with the switch-on factory, where I think the town, again, we have 5,600 people. I think Harvard, let's see, I made it a district. Harvard encompasses 3,200, so over half of those people. And this employees, right now we're at just over 1,000 people employed here, and it needs 1,700, so we're not even at running maximum efficiency with that. So that's going to employ over half the town when we're done with it, because there's not too much more expansion to go with Harvard. We might do some more of these little suburban little outlets, little communities and stuff on the outskirts near the farmlands and stuff, but for the most part we are done expanding Harvard. So yeah, just kind of crazy that one business employs about half the town or half the region and everything. So but yeah, for the most part that is Harvard. Apologies for not building anything in this town at the moment. We might jump in and do a little detail work, but in the future planning episodes, we will be doing some building in the episode. This is just me kind of getting antsy and wanting to kind of show off what I've been doing the last week or so. But yeah, we will be doing some actual buildings in the building that is in the next future episodes, mainly expanding out this way, because if we follow our interstate going down this way, our alternate interstate, you will see that we start to get out into some farmland, and that's going to be a lot of the next expansions, as I would love to have all of this area just riddled with farmland everywhere. So you can see we've started that there. But yeah, as we kind of move forward, we get into some newer towns. So this is what I'm talking about, where as you're going down these alternate interstates, so the one that I travel down the most is called alternate interstate 173, and as you go down it, you'll eventually start way off west, but if you keep going east down it, you'll hit Chicago eventually, or at least northern Chicago. And I love that you can just you be going down this county, country, rural road where you go through these teeny tiny towns. Like this is Capron out here, where there's literally, maybe 4 businesses. This is actually 3 too many businesses than Capron really has, I think. Then you have, like Chemung, maybe another like 2 or 3 miles down the road, or 5 or 6 miles down the road. And in between, all you have is farmland. And that's what you're going to see here is a lot of farmland. And then just these little little spits of towns kind of pop up. They're just basically farm feeder towns. And we can get more into that as we kind of build some more of these small towns. But yeah, all these towns are just feeder areas for farmers to come and drop off their grain, their, whatever their plant or material, livestock, whatever it is, they drop it off in town. And then, trucks go ahead and pick it up and bring it down into the big main town where they will use it there, or they'll ship it off to, someone else. So I just really like the economics of all these teeny tiny towns, all the farm towns kind of feeding into the bigger town that feeds into the bigger town that feeds into the, it's just a continuous thing there. So for the most part, that is our region right here. Again, apologies for no building in this first episode. Just kind of wanted to get our bearings straight, kind of figure out where we are, what we're doing, catch you all up, and also get your insights in. I'd love to hear, if you're from the Midwest, just like I am in the United States, what are some kind of fun, quirky bits about your town that you would love to see, built in our future towns or maybe our future city and stuff like that. If you're from a bigger city like Chicago, New York, even in Europe, I know we have a lot of European friends that watch, like London, all that kind of fun stuff. If you have, ideas about the bigger city as we get building, that would be great for future planning. We are going to be having our bigger city in this general area, so you can kind of get a lay of the land where we're going to have our downtown kind of sprawl back up towards the suburbs and everything, and eventually hit our small towns out in the countryside and everything. So that is kind of the lay of the land. But again, I would love to hear from you fine folks there. What do you think about the town? What can we improve? What can we add? And what kind of ideas would you like to see kind of moving forward and everything? So hey, also, if this is your first time hanging out with us for our brand new City Skylines 2 episode here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We will be having new episodes come out when we have them come out. It's not going to be a long time in between episodes, but just kind of taking my time, having fun with it so far. But we will be having new episodes pretty regularly as we expand out Rockridge County here. So hey, thanks so much everyone for hanging out. Always do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button as you're making your way out from the video and everything. And until the next episode of Rockridge County, y'all have a good one.